Once I get you up there, where the air is rarefied, it comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, little fool?
Francis Albert Frank Sinatra was born December 12, 1915, died May 14, 1998, in an upstairs tenement at 415 Monroe Street in Hoboken, New Jersey. He was an American singer, actor, and producer. He was the only child of Italian immigrants Antonino Marty Sinatra, the son of grape growers from Lerca Afridi, near Palermo, Sicily, and Maddalena Dolly Garaventa, daughter of a lithographer from Genoa. Sinatra weighed 13.5 pounds, 6.1 kilogram, at birth and had to be delivered with the aid of forceps, which caused severe scarring to his left cheek, neck, and ear, and perforated his eardrum, damage that remained for life. Due to his injuries at birth, his baptism at St. Francis Church in Hoboken was delayed until April 2, 1916. A childhood operation on his mastoid bone left major scarring on his neck, and during adolescence he suffered from cystic acne that scarred his face and neck. Sinatra began singing professionally as a teenager, but he learned music by ear and never learned to read music. He got his first break in 1935 when his mother persuaded a local singing group, the Three Flashes, to let him join. With Sinatra, the group became known as the Hoboken Four, and passed an audition from Edward Bowes to appear on the Major Bowes Amateur Hour show. They each earned $12.50 for the appearance, and ended up attracting 40,000 votes and won first prize, a 6-month contract to perform on stage and radio across the United States. Sinatra quickly became the group's lead singer, and, much to the jealousy of his fellow group members, garnered most of the attention from girls. In March 1939, saxophone player Frank Main, who knew Sinatra from Jersey City radio station where both performed on live broadcasts, arranged for him to audition and record Our Love, his first solo studio recording. In June, bandleader Harry James, who had heard Sinatra sing on Dance Parade, signed a 2-year contract of $75 a week one evening after a show at the Paramount Theater in New York. Thanks to his vocal training, Sinatra could now sing 2 tones higher, and developed a repertoire which included songs such as My Buddy Willow Weep for Me, It's Funny to Everyone But Me, Here Comes the Night, On a Little Street in Singapore, Suburban, and Every Day of My Life. Sinatra became increasingly frustrated with the status of the Harry James Band, feeling that he was not achieving the major success and acclaim he was looking for. In November 1939 he left James to replace Jack Leonard as the lead singer of the Tommy Dorsey Band. After the 1942 recordings, Sinatra believed he needed to go solo, with an insatiable desire to compete with Bing Crosby. A legal battle ensued, eventually settled in August 1943. On September 3, 1942, he replaced Sinatra with singer Dick Haymes. By May 1941, Sinatra topped the male singer polls in Billboard and Downbeat magazines. His appeal to Bobby Soxers, as teenage girls of that time were called, revealed a whole new audience for popular music, which had been recorded mainly for adults up to that time. The phenomenon became officially known as Sinatramania after his legendary opening at the Paramount Theater in New York on December 30, 1942. Sinatra signed with Columbia Records as a solo artist on June 1, 1943 during the 1942-1944 musician strike. Columbia Records released Harry James and Sinatra's August 1939 version of All or Nothing at All, which reached number 2 on June 2, and was on the best-selling list for 18 weeks. By the end of 1943 he was more popular in the downbeat poll than Bing Crosby, Perry Como, Bob Eberly and Dick Haymes. Sinatra did not serve in the military during World War I. On December 11, 1943, he was officially classified by his draft board because of a perforated eardrum. Sinatra worked frequently with the popular Andrews Sisters in radio the 1940s, and many USO shows were broadcast to troops via the Armed Forces Radio Service, AFRS. In 1946 Sinatra released, Oh, What It Seemed to Be, Day by Day, They Say It's Wonderful, 5 Minutes More, and The Coffee Song as singles, and launched his first album, The Voice of Frank Sinatra, which reached no. 1 on the Billboard chart. By the end of 1948, Sinatra had slipped to 4th on Downbeat's annual poll of most popular singers, and in the following year he was pushed out of the top spots in polls for the first time since 1943. The release of the film From Here to Eternity in August 1953 marked the beginning of a remarkable career revival. On March 13, 1953, Sinatra met with Capitol Records Vice President Alan Livingston and signed a 7-year recording contract. After spending 2 weeks on location in Hawaii filming From Here to Eternity, Sinatra returned to KHJ on April 30 for his first recording session with Nelson Riddle, an established arranger and conductor at Capitol who was Nat King Cole's musical director. In 1959, Sinatra released Come Dance With Me, a highly successful, critically acclaimed album which stayed on Billboard's pop album chart for 140 weeks, peaking at number 2. It won the Grammy Award for Album of the Year, as well as Best Vocal Performance, Male and Best Arrangement for Billy May. Sinatra grew discontented at Capitol, and fell into a feud with Alan Livingston, which lasted over 6 months. He decided to part with Riddle, May and Jenkins, to form his own label, Reprise Records. Under Sinatra the company developed into a music industry powerhouse, and he later sold it for an estimated $80 million. In 1964 the song, My Kind of Town, was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Original Song. In 1978, Sinatra filed a $1 million lawsuit against a land developer for using his name in the Frank Sinatra Drive Center in West Los Angeles. During a party at Caesars in 1979, he was awarded the Grammy Trustees Award, while celebrating 40 years in show business and his 64th birthday. That year, former President Gerald Ford awarded Sinatra the International Man of the Year award, and he performed in front of the Egyptian pyramids for Anwar Sadat, which raised more than $500,000 for Sadat's wife's charities. In 1981, Sinatra was embroiled in controversy when he worked a 10-day engagement for $2 million in Sun City, in the internationally unrecognized Botswana, breaking a cultural boycott against apartheid-era South Africa. President Lucas Mangope awarded Sinatra with the highest honor, the Order of the Leopard, and made him an honorary tribal chief. Sinatra had 3 children, Nancy, Frank Jr., and Tina, all with his first wife, Nancy Sinatra. Sinatra had met Barbatu in Long Branch, New Jersey in the late 1930s, where he spent most of the summer working as a lifeguard. He agreed to marry her after an incident at the Rustic Cabin, which led to his arrest. Sinatra had numerous extramarital affairs, and gossip magazines published details of affairs with the likes of Marilyn Maxwell, Lana Turner, and Joy Lansing. Sinatra was married to Hollywood actress Ava Gardner from 1951 to 1957. It was a turbulent marriage, with many well-publicized fights and altercations, and Gardner aborted a child in November 1952. The couple formally announced their separation on October 29, 1953, through MGM. Gardner filed for divorce in June 1954, at a time when she was dating Matador Luis Miguel Dominguin, but the divorce was not settled until 1957. Sinatra continued to feel very strongly for her, and they remained friends for life. He was still dealing with her finances in 1976. Sinatra reportedly broke off engagements to Lauren Bacall in 1958 and Juliette Prowse in 1962. He married Mia Farrow on July 19, 1966, a short marriage which ended with divorce in Mexico in August 1968. They remained close friends for life, and in a 2013 interview Farrow admitted that Sinatra might be the father of her son, Ronan Farrow. Sinatra was lastly married to Barbara Marx from 1976 until his death. The couple married at Sunnylands, in Rancho Mirage, California, the estate of media magnate Walter Annenberg, on July 11, 1976. Sinatra had suffered from ill health for the last few years of his life, and had been frequently hospitalized for heart and breathing problems, high blood pressure, pneumonia and bladder cancer, as well as suffering from dementia. He had made no public appearances following a heart attack in February 1997. Sinatra died with his wife at his side at Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles on May 14, 1998, aged 82, after suffering a severe heart attack. Sinatra's funeral was held at the Roman Catholic Church of the Good Shepherd in Beverly Hills, California, on May 20, 1998, with 400 mourners in attendance and thousands of fans outside. Gregory Peck, Tony Bennett, and Sinatra's son, Frank Jr., addressed the mourners, who included many notable people from film and entertainment. Sinatra was buried in a blue business suit with mementos from family members including cherry-flavored Lifesavers, Tootsie Rolls, a bottle of Jack Daniels, a pack of Camel cigarettes and a Zippo lighter, stuffed toys, and a dog biscuit, next to his parents in Section B8 of Desert Memorial Park in Cathedral City, California. His close friends, Chili Rizzo and Jimmy Van Heusen, are buried nearby. The words, "The best is yet to come," plus, "beloved husband and father," are imprinted on Sinatra's grave marker. Significant increases in sales worldwide were reported by Billboard in the month of his death. He was honored at the Kennedy Center Honors in 1983, was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by Ronald Reagan in 1985, and the Congressional Gold Medal in 1997. Sinatra was also the recipient of 11 Grammy Awards, including the Grammy Trustees Award, Grammy Legend Award and the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. After his death, American music critic Robert Christgau called him the greatest singer of the 20th century, and he continues to be seen as an iconic figure.